Hello, everyone. You are with 3 tips in 10 minutes tech topic. Thank you for joining today. Happy spring. My name is Nina. I'm with Bob today, and Peggy will be also giving her tip, even she's not with us. So this is episode number 83, and we will be giving you 3 tips in these 10 minutes. To start with, YouTube is helping creators shine on TV. Last October, YouTube announced new features meant to improve viewing the living room on TV. So one of those features is stunning first impression. And you can follow the slides from Peggy. This feature is finally rolled out to creators. You can now upload thumbnail to 50 megabits up to 2 megabits. These thumbnails on desktop, the mobile limit is still there for 2 megabits for video thumbnails. And 10 megabits for the podcasts. The recommended resolution is 3840 to 2160. This is the 16 to 9 aspect ratio, and you can use the JPEG, the usual images format as supported. Peggy is suggesting that you look at how much the viewership is from your Google or YouTube analytics, so you can check the data and see how much is the viewership on TV before you put a lot of effort and timing for those thumbnails, but consider large thumbnails going forward. So thank you, Peggy, for this tip. On OnEBoard, we have master visual with Bob. He is always crafting very precise and good-looking thumbnails for us. Thank you, Bob. And what's your tip this week, Bob?
Oh, I got to tell you, I'm feeling a little overwhelmed. So, so actually, I am diving into trying to establish an AI assistant using the Google AI ecosystem. Can you see that slide okay?
Yes. Yes, the slide is good. Perhaps you click the slideshow. I still see all the slides.
All right, here we go. Is it good now?
Yes.
Single slide? Okay, good. So I created 5 slides, and this is really kind of overkill for our three tips in 10 minutes. I'm going to go through it really quick. Again, I want to encourage you to do as I'm trying to do right now, is be the center here with the little ink pen. In other words, you have the AI doing all the hard work behind the scenes, and you are the creator. It's like this slide says, the cognitive load is overwhelming. I take photos in the field. It takes time to do that, then to process them, organize them. And then if I want to post them, I have to create descriptive and alt text. Boy, I need some help. So this, on the right-hand side, you can see this is what the engine looks like. You're going to create the truth using NotebookLM. That means you're going to get all sorts of information and put it into a notebook in which a Google Gem is going to be directed to use only that information to produce the descriptive or alt text for my photos. And Gemini is behind the scenes actually directing all that activity.
Hey, Bob, are you moving the slides?
Yes, I am. Can you see that?
No. Now, yes, I see. Sorry. Now it's the second one. Thank you.
Can you see, it should say shifting from chatting to architecting?
Absolutely, yes, absolutely.
Great. Now, this is really important, folks. The way you're using AI, it's not all about chatting. Use it to architect the content that you're going to create. Okay, this little, boy, this is really interesting. The ecosystem advantage is that you use NotebookLM as the vault for information. You create a gem in which it taps into that vault, and Gemini executes all that, and usually you will dump it into a workspace app like Google Docs or copy and paste it into something other. But the disadvantages of just using chat all the time are you go to the open web and then you're going to get maybe some hallucinations from AI, which you don't want. And again, the more precise you are in telling or directing the gem to do what you want it to do, the better the outcome. So here's what it really looks like. Again, the grounding your posting in NotebookLM using only the information that you want. Then the gem will take it, and following your instructions, it will format it to your voice or how basic you want it or how technical you want it. And then obviously Gemini is there to open Google Docs and to actually paste it directly into that particular canvas. Okay. Here's a final slide showing that, hey, you're the center, and you've created an engine using NotebookLM, Google Gems, and Gemini. Obviously, this 5 slides didn't show you how to do all the finer details. This is more or less to be a catalyst. I got to tell you, I'm going this direction because I have to. I have humongous amounts of imagery that I haven't used, and it takes me 45 minutes just to do a single blue sky post. That ain't good enough. So we're going this direction. I hope you'll follow me going there.
It's a great facilitator. Thank you for this tip, Bob. It's going to work best for you, saving so much time. And my tip this week is about editorial agent. So I spent a lot of time issuing the weekly OnEBoard newsletter. But as you have noticed, it's coming late. So you just received, our subscribers received the newsletter with February tips 2 days ago on 20th of March. And we are now going to research and implement an automation going forward to issue the newsletter on time. So instead of me manually selecting and copy-pasting the tips we give each week, we should make a roundup article as Peggy is doing this, and then I send the newsletter to subscribers. I also want to avoid the manual work and automate with Workspace Studio. Instead of having all this manual work on my desk, I wanted to open Workspace Studio and give these instructions and prompts, and also keep the human touch. So today, our subscribers received a newsletter that is highly personalized. We also share high-value slide presentations. Technically, our links and resources are very precise. We don't have any errors there because everything is double-checked once on the slides, then with Roundup. And we also share some storytelling about ourselves. So when I prompted the Workspace Studio to automate this workflow. And I then asked NotebookLM to make a comparison between the manually drafted newsletter and the automated one. And so we have a very deep dive analytics about the benefits of doing some of the human elements, checking and customization, and also the relationships we keep in the community. But it's delivered with delays because of these overloads that we experience, every one of us, and we have also other tasks. And there's a fatigue when I work with all these transcripts we have from our live streaming podcasts. So I prompted the Workspace Studio Gemini to grab a folder I created, and I name it OnEBoard AI Processing. I put all the transcripts from the month there and prompt specifically the Gemini to keep the certain style, voice, also give some constraints about the wording. You see the Workspace Studio as is in our Workspace Enterprise account, where you have these steps with it, and it's very easy to create the agent, give it the task and the prompt, and then typically the processing folder is very important. That is the first step, where you give the data source to the studio agent, and then the architecture style is also so important about the voice, the header. You give some wording limits about the newsletter, and then the automation is based on this monthly batch. So each month it will work with these files. We now produce while live streaming the transcripts. Live stream transcripts, give it to this folder, and we receive the draft in our, you see the draft is ready in my email on a certain date. That is crucial for me, because when I forget and I see that it's already late, I'm demotivated and I start wondering, are our subscribers still wishing to receive these slides, presentations, these tips, or is it too late? And it becomes a mess. Now, when I have the draft, the most important here is the evaluation between the manual curation and the workspace automation. We are not going to automate the newsletter. Even I tried, and we can. We are not going to do it because it has a lot of mistakes first, and then we lose the human touch, which we are not going to do for certain. So we are creating a hybrid strategy. After we get the draft on the last day of the month, I can then curate manually the links and the slide presentations. And here's the work together between the data we create, the value, and our podcast streams, and the way we will summarize it. So we will lose not much time, because the Workspace Studio will draft the newsletter for us, and then we will make the final touch. And here are the steps as the system analyzed it for the hybrid workflow architecture we are going to implement. It's delivered timely. It's a high quality content we are preserving, but also we are making it personalized with our final check. So when it goes to the draft in the Gmail, it's not sent to our subscribers. It comes to me, and I will put it in the way we want you to receive it. So I hope this is going to be interesting for you too. If you wish to automate your newsletter, you can use Workspace Studio and create a hybrid agent. I don't know if you have questions. I will answer them after the show because my system crashes when I go on mobile to answer. So sorry for this. Bob, did you have any questions?
No, actually, I would just, I don't have a question. I just have a statement. Whatever you do, folks, you need to try it. You know, reading things and overanalyzing, it's paralysis by analysis. I would say get AI involved in some way, shape, or form to help you, because otherwise the world we inhabit anymore is changing so rapidly. It's overwhelming, the amount of information that comes at you regularly, and you need some kind of help. And whether AI can shoulder a large burden or a little burden, you know, it's going to help in some way, shape, or form, and perhaps over time it gets better. In fact, all the resources I've seen says that in 2 or 3 years, people are going to look at your work and say, I can tell that you're not using AI. It's going to be universally embraced, whether we want it to go there or not. In fact, it seems very likely that this is our only way to go forward, and that I think, Nina, you did a good job in trying to find a happy medium between all AI or no AI. In fact, dipping your toe in the water seems like a great idea, because, again, some of this stuff takes a real long time to become comfortable with or learn it. And just don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. We're leading the parade. Keep coming back, and we're going to share our successes and our failures with you in a manner that's going to be entertaining.
Yes, subscribe to our newsletter. It's on .network, and you will receive our first hybrid agent, hybrid editor. So for today, check your thumbnails. First, go to Analytics and see your viewership from TV. Then optimize your workflow with Notebook to cut timing on your tasks, and also work with Workspace Studio for automation. Each AI is highly personalized, as I agree absolutely with Bob. Until you go through all the steps and run the tests, you don't know. Initially, I was aiming to 100% automation, having even an application for the newsletter, but it's still too early. It has a lot of mistakes, so the hybrid agent is absolutely a match for our OnEBoard sessions. Next week, we are having Svetlana. She is our special guest for the AI in communications. So join us again. Thank you for watching, and see you soon.
Thank you.